Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's episode 7 of podcast Us Unedited.
Seven
In
and
7 and
the last one.
the last one, final one. This is the news that we wanted to share with you that today is going to be the last episode of this adventure.
Yes.
So stay with us till the end. As usual, we don't know what we're going to talk about, but we will be open, honest, and courageous to share our story.
Yes, I think almost a year passed. No?
I think half a year. I think.
No. Since we get married and we work on the
Ah,
relation, it's like a year.
okay. If you're talking about this, I thought you're talking about podcast. But yes, we married in June, and now it's the end of May.
So we feel that like we have passed some phase, no, of the relation.
Yeah, we passed many phases, many crucial phases of relationships, and there was some culmination where we faced, I don't know, most complex. What? Most complex? Give me the word.
Emotion, situation, or doubts, or
And yes, most complex.
the dynamic.
I'm still looking for this word.
Yeah, yeah.
Pattern, picture. I don't know this.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say that we are closing this series of videos also because in our relation we are in some way closing one chapter, no, of this initial after marriage
Difficulties.
difficulties.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's name things.
difficulties and challenges. We feel that our hard work paid off. We discover many things about ourselves, about how we relate to each other.
Yeah, and this idea to share our story, it came in parallel of this process that we've been through. So it was kind of addition to our therapy.
It was our companion.
Yeah, so we really were living through all these feelings, emotions, insights, all these traumas popping up, and each time it was like, okay, something is solved, we're moving on, and we're facing something else. Like we solve something else, another challenge comes. And I feel like it's in each relationship, it's like this. So when two different identities, individuals start creating something together, co-creating life together, this period of adjusting to each other, of
Takes
getting to
place, no?
know each other, yeah, it takes place. And there are many interesting situations happening during this period.
Maybe specific for our relation is that we started it when we are quite shaped, mature.
Yeah.
So we talked about it that when we were young, it was much easier to adapt, to find this compromise.
Yeah, there is this flexibility, maybe some openness, and when you're young, you still don't know yourself. You're looking for the answers, who you are. But when I'm already 40 and you're even older,
Yes.
so we have some ideas about ourselves.
We are formed
Yeah.
in mentally, emotionally.
Yeah, we have our own habits.
Yeah, so
We have our own, I don't know, expectations.
so this phase of looking for compromise, of adopting, is on one hand much more conscious, on the other hand much more complex, because we know who we are, and discovering some new truths about ourselves might be it's challenging, no?
Yeah, but that what happens when you really decide to let someone in your heart and in your life. What I mean by that, what happens is The idea that you need to adjust and you need to rediscover yourself again next to the person whom you love and whom you actually want to stay in your life. So it's never like, okay, you meet someone and this someone should fit in your life. You also should do something or open the doors, be a hospitable host in this space to
Not
to make
hostile.
it happen. Yeah, be hospitable but not
Not hostile.
hostile.
So,
So I felt like, yes, I was changing and I was sometimes resisting these changes. And that's where conflicts used to happen.
well, me too, no?
Same on your side, yes.
It's not easy with all this background experience, and maybe even our experience in therapy was sometimes not helping, no? Because we had this, I know what is right, I know
Yeah.
what should happen, I know what you should do, and to admit that we still have some undiscovered shadows and some resistance and some things to work on. To admit it and work was quite a challenge.
Yeah, so if why we're finalizing, I want to like give more give more
Explanation.
explanation. Yes. um, I don't know. I felt like the energy was boiling. So we married. That was a brave step because we haven't been living before together. We lived here and there a month and then again distance again. You used to come to me when I was in Bali, spend a month and then again you're back home. So we never had a chance to live alone together and had this real life. It was still something far from reality, right? It was like a vacation. So when I came here, when I got married, when we started living together permanently, that's where real life started. And it took efforts to adjust to a new place, to a new status, to a new person who is here 24/7. 24/7.
Every
So,
day.
so I felt like the energy was like boiling, 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 and yeah, like a couple, we're also going through some phases, and that was with ups and downs. So there were a lot of energy we wanted to, I don't know, place somewhere in the ecological way. So I felt that like this podcast is also a good space, to share this
Share.
energy and to, I don't know, inspire other people and to share true story, which is also an inspiration for some couples to start therapy, for example.
Yeah, because I see that mature persons, if they go into serious relation, quite often they go with some limits. They limit them. They are saying, "Oh, I will not get married, or we will live separate." And we didn't want it. No, we wanted to create full traditional couple at the age of 40 and 50 with our backgrounds, and we always believe that it's possible
Yeah.
in spite of all the doubts we have and
And
we
all
had.
the differences and all the outside
Yes.
and inside challenges. And that's also was one of the reasons why I personally wanted to record this podcast to show that
It's possible.
it's possible. In relationships, it's something you need to invest your time, your energy, your effort, and then they will pay off. And then you have a chance to build some really beautiful relationships. Because just recently we were like at our crisis, I think.
We were in permanent crisis during this year.
Yeah, of course.
But
But
I
I mean, this culmination, this climax, it was when it was maybe
month ago, few
March,
months ago.
April, yeah, like this. And we were really close to some.
Give up. No, give
Yeah.
up, no, but with serious doubts, no?
Yeah, it was super challenging. Like at this moment, I cannot imagine couples surviving without external help.
What did help you to not give up?
First, that I love you.
It's
No, it's
important.
of course because it's when you have feelings, you can just cross them out and okay, put them aside and okay, I'm packing my stuff and leaving. We cannot find mutual understanding. Bye. It's impossible because feelings keep you here, keep you in the relationships, and sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not good at all because emotions can be so strong, and emotions can be also this from this traumatical background. You know, there can be unhealthy emotions which keep you in relationships. But I think my emotions were quite healthy. You are not an abuser. You are not someone I scanned. I checked. So
At least not
you're
100%.
fine.
Not
Maybe.
100%. I have
Of
small
course,
abusive part.
we all have our shadows, but still. So I felt that while I still love you, I want to try all options possible. You know, I want to make sure that I've done everything for these relationships on my part, and that was one reason. And the second reason, we really had very good therapy. We really had and still have really good couple therapists who each time, week after week, was helping us to have a look at our relationships from the different angle and
Yes.
to see each other differently and to hear each other differently because
And to change, no? Slowly but
yeah,
steady.
yeah, because in conflicts you are unable to see a good person in this human body. Yes, in conflicts you think, oh, he is my enemy. So that's why when you come to couple therapy, therapist really helps to translate the words of each other and to build these bridges. So I feel like these bridges
Were built.
were built.
And to change this sensation, we are not enemies to each other, even in conflict. Our trauma is the enemy, no? We are in one team.
Yeah.
And what I heard from you are two things which kept you together. And I think they're also important for me, no? The love and the possibility to think, no? To understand those two things together. Emotions, and there is space to think, there is space to understand. And it's mutual that we both understand better what is happening.
Yes, so
no?
we were kind of growing in our awareness of what's happening between us because we're both smart individuals.
Smart asses.
Yes,
She's smart ass.
you too.
Yes, sometimes too
So
much.
separately, we're like, oh, we can describe what's happening easy,
Yes.
and it sounds perfectly
Reasonable.
reasonable, yes. But when it comes together, sometimes
It's like,
it's hard to see what's going on, you know. That's why the growing in awareness through couple therapy of what's happening between us, why we react in this or that way, what triggers us, and most importantly, how to live through this, you know, not just to understand, but to stay, feel yourself, live, you know, and this experience helped to build this
stay.
foundation. Yes.
I'm thinking about one more thing that I saw that this process helps me to become a better person, also to myself.
What do you mean?
No, that with every challenge, with every change, I also become like, I see that it's developing me in a good way. And that your presence and our love, our relationship helps me to become better person. also better to myself, because at the end how I treat you is the reflection how I treat myself. So that was also allowing me to keep this hope even in those dark moments when we were in our traumas, when we were like doing different ugly things to each other and to ourselves.
Well, but by ugly things, no,
I
don't
mean, like
exaggerate.
unpleasant, no?
Yeah.
Or like we were in those dark places when it's easy to find to lose hope, no?
Yeah, because like still we're quite an aware couple with a high level of consciousness. I insist on it. There is no abuse.
And
There is no, because there are different couples, and when you
maybe
see what's
yes.
happening in their relationships, it's super scary.
Mm,
Yeah. So, but why I'm talking about this is that even in the aware and highly consciousness couples,
there is some shit.
problems happen.
Yes.
Problems happen, and there is no illusion about having ideal relationships. That I'm such a good person and he's such a good person. If we meet, everything will be super fine. No, even super nice persons have their story, have their family systems, have this generational trauma, which we talked a lot in the previous episode, and it has its impact. No matter how good we are, no matter how developed we are, no matter how, I don't know, we're sensitive to each other and how much we want to care about each other.
Even the closer we were trying to be to each other, the more this family system was getting activated, no? Like we discussed it many times that when we got married, this family system came back
Yes.
because we were trying to be closer, trying to be a family. So the closer we were trying to be to each other, the more
The stronger this generational
yes.
program
And we didn't want
influencing us.
to escape, no? Then the only option was to go forward. And here we are
Yeah.
after 1 year
Yeah, but I don't know.
in a good shape.
Maybe let's summarize, or let's just discuss what was the most complicated thing for you, and what helped you to.
I think from the man perspective, I shared with you this recently. There were like 3 things. No, in all those videos in Instagram, they say about 5 or 7 or 3 or 10 things which will change your life. So 3 things which for me was which I learned. For a man, the most important. So we as men, we are quite often in this boy position, and when I react from this boy position, I'm reacting, no? So I feel judged, I feel that you are not valuing me, I feel I'm not enough. So for the men it's very important to be able to see this boy inside, and not try to react from this boy position, and somehow grieve that those desires of this boy will not come. Mother will and father, they will not come in new edition, no?
Yeah, same for me. Sometimes women are subconsciously looking for father figures, which is perfectly understandable, taking our family situations. I can hardly find ideal parents. So it's normal that women and men try to fill this gap
Compensate.
in relationships, in partner relationships. But what you said, not to react, I want to give some explanation, because why react is like a bad thing in this context. So reacting is something which happens without much thinking, without prior understanding
What is happening?
what's happening. Yeah, what you feel, what's your need behind this feeling.
Is it real, this feeling?
Yes.
Is it from fear?
What is it connected to? So there is no this analysis. Reaction is very rapid, very sometimes destructive, very strong, and sometimes it's fueled by this past trauma, which everybody has. So sometimes we tend to fall into this position of a little boy or a little girl.
This reaction comes mainly from the wounds, and the wounds are from the boy, not from the adult person.
Yeah, so it's super dangerous for relationships if we only reacting.
We can
This
give
is
example, no? That when you were talking about your needs, I was reacting mainly from this wound of the boy who mother demands too much, and then instead of listening to you, I was protecting myself, no?
yeah,
And then accusing you that you are judging me because I felt not enough. So instead of giving you space to express and to listen to you, I was reacting because I was not able to see, oh, this is my childish part reacting to situation which is not from here.
yeah. Like if I may say in different words, me being a grown-up woman comes in my assumption to a grown-up, pretty grown-up and mature man, and asking about something super adequate and normal, but instead of receiving some understanding and some pretty adequate reaction, there is this attack.
Which
Yeah,
is protection for me, no?
yeah, like, oh, I'm asking too much,
Again.
or it's already overwhelming what I'm asking for. So here we already have this disbalance where me still staying in the position of a grown-up woman, but you're already reacting from the position of this wounded little boy. And this is where conflict may happen because
Some point you got triggered.
I'm triggered. Yes, like why my man cannot hear and see me in my needs, and they're so basic. What's wrong with my needs? What's wrong with me? And then I may also degrade into this position of a little girl and start reacting as well. And then when two kids trying to talk, it's
hurtful battle.
a failure. Yes, a failure. So this is where really the intermediate person, this couple therapist, helps to navigate
To stop, no?
the
But then we learn how to do
conversation.
this, no? And
Of
right now we
course.
can do this by ourselves.
Yeah, why we're talking that much about couple therapy? Because it's a tool which helps to develop the proper muscles, psychological muscles
In ourselves.
in ourselves, and then we can also learn this skill and integrate this skill into our communication. So what was lacking can be filled in couple therapy, and then you already use it as if you've always known it before, right?
So that was the one part, no? The second, for the men, is very important to find support in the men community, no? Me as a man, I cannot always search for support in women because then you need to be a mother, and this destroyed sexuality. It's very destructive pattern. So men should search help in the healthy men environment, like men's circle, men gatherings, no, in the place when the men can give support to each other. I cannot every time come for comfort, for support, for understanding
advice.
to you, because then you need to become my mother, and I don't want to have sex with my mother. So, and not only, no, but it
I don't
destroys
want to.
it destroys the relationship and the trio. So I think this is the second important
Yeah,
lesson.
thank you for saying this. Yeah, it's very important, but because there is a trap, may develop a little bit this idea. When two people finally find each other, they think that, oh, we are a perfect match. We don't need anybody else. We are like sufficient. And they start to how to say it, focus only on themselves, right? So they
Isolate.
they close their system, and they really isolate from the outside world, because they feel like, oh, they are loved, cared, supported, and somehow from this level of partners, they slowly again uh, regress into this kids position, where they also look for guidance, for support, and they already start being dependent on each other. This is how this codependency is developed, when two people focusing only on themselves. So it's true that we always need some external contacts, uh, women in their female circles and men in their male circles, because it's quite okay when we also change these roles. Sometimes you can be a father a little bit, to some extent, when I can come and you can, I don't know, we can cuddle, you can, you
but
know,
it
just
cannot be constantly
yeah.
happening.
Sometimes
No?
you can be an advisor, for example. I don't know something and you're an expert in this. I can come to you, ask for guidance, and you can really be like even my mentor, you know. Sometimes you can be my friend and we're like just having fun, just playing like kids. And it's also to some extent. But our main roles are
Partners.
man and woman, yes. And we need to stay in this realm of relationships, and keep this sexual attraction, sexual impulse, this energy boiling. Otherwise, we are whoever, but not a couple, not a partnership couple.
Why I mentioned this especially for men, because first I think that women have this natural tendency to search for support in women. No, they easier share the emotional. Maybe not all, but comparing to men, usually men don't know what to do with those emotions. Either they don't have friends, or if they have friends, they have to friends when they meet and they drink, have beer and watch football. Here I mean about different contact with the men, no more deeper emotional support from other men, which most of the men don't know how to ask for. And then this partner is the only source of this support, and then there is a lot of frustration on both sides.
Yeah, because in partnerships, we already open up, we go into this vulnerability, and we have this experience of being accepted in our fragility, in our vulnerability, and somehow to show it somewhere else outside, especially in the men community, probably it's super scary.
Challenging.
Yeah, and in the female societies, communities, it's also quite risky, because there is this competition, or you need also to keep your face. It depends, you know, it depends. So it's really a great luck if you found such a community or create your own, and it's worth building these contacts, because they will support your family system a lot. Yeah, it's like every partner should have his and her own space. By the way, this is what I wanted to say, that I remember that our conflict started to happen more often when we finally stepped from this codependence phase into some distancing, into this phase where we could already differentiate our differences and can see that we are actually yeah, different people. You have your own interests, and I have my own peculiarities. So when I found myself in this need to have a little bit more personal space, I remember we started to have conflicts, because when you're focusing on each other, it feels comfortable, but to some extent there will inevitably come a moment where
You need to separate.
you
No?
need to separate. You need to have this healthy distance. Yeah, and I remember when you used to go to surf or to skate, I was like, and I'm working, for example. I'm working and he's surfing. in this beautiful sunny weather, I felt like, wow, it's so unfair. It was an injustice. I felt jealous and super envious, this moment. So I was angry and I couldn't be sincerely happy for you. So I used to say, okay, go enjoy. But it was like, enjoy. But in the beginning, later, when I compensated myself with some
Your things.
my things, yeah, it felt pretty healthy and very balanced.
Yes.
What
And
else?
the third thing, and I think this is not only for men, but mainly there is some specific for men, is the to choose truth over comfort.
What does it mean? Tell me.
Does it mean that there is a lot of uncomfort in hearing truth about yourself, and especially in this close relation? Inevitable, we will hear a lot of uncomfortable truth about ourselves, and we can choose comfort denying this truth, or we can choose the truth and allow ourselves to be uncomfortable. And I think in the relation we need to have this permission that there will be uncomfortable situation. When you will say something about me and I will feel ashamed, I will feel that I lack, I will feel that
You're not enough.
yeah, and that yes, it's I felt yes, I this part is not developed, and not to go into this denial, no, because if a man goes into denial, you again don't feel that I'm listening to you, that I hear you, then you don't feel that you are seen. And
So it's more with regard to people who are quite sensitive in this area to the external.
I think everyone is sensitive here. People have just
Opinion.
different protection mechanisms. No? People have different protection mechanism. Everyone has uncomfortable truth to someone can tell, and then there is a question what I do when someone is talking uncomfortable truth about me. Do I go into denial? Do I avoid? Do I make jokes, or I just try to admit and to stay in this uncomfort, no, and listen and try to understand what is happening? And this requires courage.
So the less perfectionist you are, the better, because when you are in this trap of being perfect, then it's super painful, and then of course this truth can be somehow destroying your inner reality, and that's the place where conflicts also
But
happen.
it's not only about because I am perfectionist, no. But someone can be in this position. Oh, I cannot do anything, and it's also a protection mechanism. No?
What do you mean? Give
No,
an example, because
example
when you
that you are,
start
for
talking,
example, saying that I cannot do this, and I say, yeah, you are right, I cannot do this. This is also a protection mechanism. I kind of accept it, but the truth is that I can change it, no? So there could be different protection mechanisms which people use. I can deny, but also sometimes I can agree 100% and not do anything
I need an
with
example.
this. No? I don't know, I cannot give an example right now. I was just trying to say that this ability to stay out of the comfort is important. That you hear something and you feel uncomfort, and I don't react, I don't criticize, I don't go into discussion. I just allow myself to stay with this uncomfort about myself, and I choose this uncomfort to hear the truth about me.
This is something very deep. Yes.
What to do?
This thing, I'm still like, it sounds very philosophical to me.
Really? For me, it's very practical, because when you say something about me which I don't like, I always have a choice. Either I will deny, I will discuss, I will ignore, or I will stay and listen to you and feel this discomfort. And this
That oh, she's right. What she's saying
exactly,
is
it's
right.
right. And I don't go into arguing with Niha. I don't try to protect myself, justify, explain. No, I'm just sitting with this discomfort.
Okay, so for me, it sounds this point. It sounds like if you love someone and if you really want to be in relationships, you should negotiate with your ego.
Yes.
You should say, ego, you're very
Sometimes
important.
it will be
You are very important.
uncomfortable, no?
I appreciate, my dear ego, that you exist in my life. Without you, I wouldn't be an individual. Thank you for being in my life, but you are too strong. You take too much space, and to let somebody in my life, I need you sometimes to get silence, to just shrink a little bit, you know?
And this is this uncomfort, no?
Yeah, because ego tends to be super big.
From our contact, I remember those situation of discomfort, and then if we were able to stay in this discomfort, some level of deeper connection was created. No?
Exactly, and I really appreciate when you see that I'm different, you see that I'm not doing things exactly as you expect. And I know that you're now irritated. I know that you probably hate me at this moment. But you still accept, you still give me time to do my things the way I do, in my tempo, in my style. I love you 10 times more at this moment. Yeah. And I appreciate your work. I understand that at this moment you're doing really great work. Not to turn into this bossy controller saying, TikTok, I've been waiting for you already 10 minutes and you should do this and that. Yeah, we're still working on it. It's still not perfect.
Both we are working on this.
Yes. But compromise, being in relationships is a compromise. It's like dancing. And sometimes it's at this angle, sometimes it's at this angle, but it's never fixed, rigid. It's always flexible, and there should be air in this
Dancing, but
relationship.
because first my first thought was when you said dancing that it's not something true, it's choreography, no, but dancing in sense of listening to the partner, no. When we dance, even if I lead, I'm sensitive to the partner, what is happening with you, no. So in these terms, it's like dancing, that I'm sensitive what is happening now.
Yes.
With you and with me.
And it's still dynamic,
Adjusting,
and it's beautiful. And to make it beautiful and dynamic and musical, we need to listen to each
to each
other.
other and to
Yes.
ourselves.
I like this metaphor.
Yes, baby. Okay.
So what about me? You are
What
still
about
talking
you?
about you. You named 3 things you've been struggling with, you found most complicated.
Yes.
So for me, uh, I need time to understand, but first what comes is trust, of course, and we talked about it last time. And trust means many things for everybody. Like if you ask 10 persons what trust means to you, you will get 10 different answers. I think I'm still on the way
What does it
to
mean to
trust
you?
you. Trust is associated with this feeling of being safe, of safety. It's so much connected to safety in my reality. So it's like, if I trust you, would I be safe? Would I be safe physically, emotionally, financially? Would I be safe? Because I learned how to trust myself and the universe. So I felt like, okay, I do what depends on me, and I trust that it will give me good result. And I've been building my safety, but I've been alone. But when you step into relationships, and there I can't already stay alone. So the deeper I go in our contact, the more it requires from me to open up and to trust, you know. And I'm still on the way, and as I even talk slower now, you see, I'm like a little bit in some trance, because literally in this regard, relationships become like something super scary and super risky. If I need to trust you fully, I need to feel fully safe, you know. But there are different situations which show that, oh, this safety is not yet there, you know. So it's like each time I'm asking, can I trust that he will be there for me? Can I trust him that he will like take care of me? Can I relax here? Can I breathe out? Can I not to do everything myself? Can I stop being less controlling? Can I share this with you? So I'm still building this, and I understand that it's super important. If I, in my inner reality, stay this separated, you know, closed, mistrusting, our relationships will fail, because it's internal loneliness. But I want to open up. I want to feel this togetherness instead of loneliness. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Why are you laughing?
No, because this is when it's something difficult, you search this understanding, and even now you ask, "Do you understand it?"
Yes, this is
This
my
is
way.
also important for you that I understand, no? Also in this trust.
So compared to this, I think all the rest are not that complicated, because of course it was super complicated for me to move here, to make this decision. It's also connected to trust to you, because I left my safe life which I built in Bali, and it was super comfortable for me. So I changed many things, and they come here to start these things from scratch, and it's difficult. It takes time, you know, and it adds up to this level of stress which I experience. But I think it's all pretty I don't know, it's solvable, if it's possible to say so. It's something which belongs to this external reality. But the most complex thing, most challenging thing for me from my internal reality is to really trust.
Maybe this is common for the women in couples, this trust, no?
Yeah, I believe that each woman wants to feel that she can
Safe.
trust her partner and to feel safe. Yes, to feel safe in many ways. And
Yes.
this is where, if a woman feels that she can trust, and then she can feel safe, relaxed, she's changing into the most valuable gift for a man. So if you feel like your woman is not yet a gift to you, means
Work on the things I mentioned because they are very much aligned. Because the things about I talked about, they are related with how you create or not this trust, and how secure you feel, no?
like, for example, you mentioned this boyish reaction.
Yes, this doesn't
Of
create
course,
trust at all.
because I want to see a mature and a grown-up man, and when suddenly I see these boyish reactions, I feel
You don't trust. Yes.
contracted. I feel like, how can I rely on you? I need help, but I cannot expect it from you, so I need to be the one who solve everything and still be responsible for this boy. So it's a no.
Not relaxed at all.
Yeah, not relaxing at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. We can talk about it.
Yes. Hmm. Somehow I feel sad that we are finalizing this adventure called Us Unedited.
Maybe we don't finish it, but we finish this podcast. No,
Uh,
we may come back in some different form, maybe.
yeah,
But
yeah.
this podcast, raw podcasts,
It
are coming
served.
to its end. They
Yes,
serve their purpose,
yes, yes.
but it's time to say goodbye.
And to yes, to evolve, to reshape. It's like everything in
Has
everywhere in
beginning and the
life.
end.
Yes, we are passing through these transformational
Mm-hmm.
phases, and it's very logical and very natural. So we may come back in some further discussions about relationships.
In different form, maybe. No?
Yeah,
We also understood that those podcasts are not easy to digest. They are
yeah.
complex and long. They're not easy to apply to your life.
And we may talk in a complicated way, and the way we talk and the length of the podcast, it can be complicated. We understand
But
this.
our objective was to give this hope to the people, no? That even in the late, in the mature age, it's possible to create this conscious romantic relation, no? That was
Yeah.
our main objective to
Yeah, I'm a woman of 40 and I'm from Belarus, from this Slavic region. So I would be already, I don't know,
cross out.
crossed out from from the list
Yes.
of women who can create their happiness potentially. No,
The
I'm
family.
I'm already a disaster,
Hmm.
judging by our traditional concepts. And I never left a hope that I would find a person to make a match.
So we wanted to show that it's possible,
Yeah.
and it depends a lot on our openness and this willingness to work. Because there is no magic that we meet someone and we have this perfect match. No, there is hard work to do. But if you are willing to do, then the magic happens.
Yeah, and
Right?
I wouldn't, focus that it's super, super hard. It's so hard. Oh, it's so hard because it can really demotivate. And it's true that some couples may face less challenges. Some couples even more in like a very, very complicated circumstances for their relationships to develop. There are different cases.
But the hope exists.
But the hope exists, and effort can be made in every case anyway. Nothing is happened without applying your attention and energy to.
This effort is not something negative, no? I think
Yeah,
also
it's like
that
making a cake, for example, or
exactly.
making I don't know, French fries or fried
You
eggs.
can use air fry.
You need to do at least something to have a result, right?
Yes.
So with relationships, it's the same.
And this effort is also satisfactory, no? That this effort, when I see progress, when I see change, I feel like, oof, it's like to the gym. You go to the gym and you see the muscles, and you're like, oh, or you see yourself better shaped. So this process also gives this satisfaction from the effort.
Yeah.
It's not working in the mine and not seeing the sunlight every day. It also gives satisfaction and pleasure,
Satisfaction
right?
and content.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so I feel like now we are in this phase of relative satisfaction, relaxation, peace, understanding. So let's enjoy this phase.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe we will come back with something else when we step into a different phase of our relationships and we want to share. But I will launch other projects about relationships. So stay tuned.
And don't forget about couple therapy.
Yeah. Thank you, baby.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, thank you for saying yes to this idea. And actually, this idea also came to your mind. It was kind of simultaneous. So we decided to share our story, and not every man would say yes and would stay in this process.
Thank you, baby, for trusting in me.
No, yes, I trust
Yes, thank you.
See you
Okay,
guys.
see you.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. Good luck. Mm.